And plus, they've got, if you look at their guys, they've got in the background. I mean, they've got some guys there that will walk right in and be,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 58 of CJ Squared. Of course, we see here getting our talk on and whatever else going on. You know how we do. I mean, I guess we see each other. Well, I see these guys once a week, and so when I talk to them, it's like an hour before we get started. I mean, they're those two, they're family, so they see each other on a regular basis. But we did get together this week to go see a movie. We saw The Black Phone, which was an interesting movie to say the least. I'm sure.
I thought it was good.
I think Chris did do a little jump when he was watching it.
Oh yeah, I definitely got one in there.
And Joey reminded me back in the day he was crunching on that damn popcorn. He was quiet. All you hear is Joey. All you hear was Joey crunching on that popcorn. So it had a pretty good time.
Gotta have my corn.
Well, you got to figure, like, do not let 6 guys plan the day, because we almost got screwed. We showed up and all the seats were sold out. Oh man, we were lucky.
Yeah, we almost. Yeah, we had to leave and go to a different theater, but luckily the other theater didn't have anybody, and one was sold out, and the other one had nobody. So we got lucky. And also be on the lookout for CJ Squared live and in full effect July 15th at the Braves Nationals games, sitting in there. Yes, I will be live streaming from my phone, showing y'all what we out there doing, watching the game, talking a little smack. But anyway, we had episode 58. Everything is going down. We're still waiting for that big Durant trade.
Ain't happening.
Some things going on in football. Had a big trade in football, which is our first topic of the night. And I know that Thor: Love and Thunder came out this evening. I'm hearing some things about it, trying to not see any spoilers. I do know that there are 2 end credit scenes. If you go see it, stay to the end. I mean, Joey ain't even see Doctor Strange yet, so it don't matter.
Nah.
He'll probably see it after he finished watching that last 2-hour episode of Stranger Things.
Watched it last night, baby.
Watched the whole thing?
I haven't seen the first.
11:30 p.m.
I still haven't seen the first.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't. That's the one thing I have not done.
What was your
watching
thumbs up or down, or what, Joey?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We can't even see a thumb. Oh, here you go.
Dana said, I talked to him. He's like, they made that thing way too long. He's like, they could have shortened that thing by like an hour.
That's what they do, man. I think Stranger Things
is like
has reached 1 billion viewers, just like Squid Game.
Hey, I didn't even think that it was 2.5 hours long. It went through perfectly. I didn't even.
It had you on the edge of your seat. Were you eating popcorn?
Oh, Joey loves some corn. Me and Coop always crack up because every time he shakes it.
I gotta shake the bag.
Oh yeah,
me and
took
Coop
that bag
like
35 times the other night. You just shaking that bag. I was like, you not going nowhere.
Me and Coop are always like, whenever we see.
Oh yeah, he gonna shake that bag. Wow, Braves were down 2-1. Olsen hits a single. Acuna scores from second, 2-2, bottom of the 10th.
Oh, Olsen, not
Riley's up to bat.
Not Freddie Freeman.
Said what?
Olsen hit it, not Freddie Freeman.
Yeah. Well,
Olsen leads the league in doubles, though, so he's having a good season. He's not Freddie Freeman. Not many guys are Freddie Freeman.
No, they aren't. But I think the Braves, I think we're going to see, made an outstanding trade. An outstanding trade.
I didn't trade him. I think they let him go. Let him walk.
Oh well, trading for Olsen. That was
they traded. I thought he signed him. No, they traded for him. Okay.
They traded for him and immediately extended him.
Oh yeah, that was smart.
The Braves,
good play. He younger than Freddie Freeman too.
Say it again.
He's younger than Freddie Freeman.
Yes, he is.
I mean, they got a good young nucleus. on the Braves team.
Swanson's balling.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah,
Swanson is probably.
It's funny. It's unbelievable that I actually picked up Swanson off waivers after like third week.
I mean, other than probably what Bogarts, he's probably the second. And that's not me being a homer. I mean, Bogarts is right there. Bogarts might not even be in Boston by the end of the season, knowing how stupid Boston is. So
wow, Riley just singled Olsen to third. Are we gonna have a walk-off tonight? A walk-off win for the Braves? Stay tuned. When you see me get excited, that's when you know. But anyway, talking about trades, man, big trades, man. I'm still looking to make a trade with Joey, but Joey be asking too much.
Send it, JB.
I didn't send it because I'm looking at your team like, what do I want from your team?
Joey's the Nets. He's like, give me.
All right, Joey. Here on CJ Square right now, I'll give you Nestor for the lone Strider.
Let me think about
straight up.
Let me think about that one, JB.
You get your boy, and I get my boy.
Get your man's back. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a swap. That's a win-win for both of us.
Can we throw anybody else in?
Joey's like, give me 4 drafts.
If you can see something else, I think my man has a higher rating than your guy, but I think Strider now is probably in the top 3 in strikeouts in the league.
He's
got to be top. He's got to be there.
Don't you have a down Cole? He'll take him off your hands.
Nah, he can't. Nah, let me tell you something. Hey, I'm not giving that. That guy was my first pick in the draft. I'm going to ride him out. I'm going to see what happens. He's going to turn it around. I mean, I did. Everybody was sleeping on my ODU boy. That's what my big pickup was. Everybody stepped on Verlander. He made it to a couple of rounds. So that was the big pickup right there, getting Verlander. He up there. He's the 3rd best pitcher right now in fantasy.
What's he got to do to get Carl Anthony Towns off your hands?
Oh man, to get Carl Anthony Towns.
That's
crazy. I mean, they want Carl Anthony Towns and the Ant-Man. Come on now.
What are they?
And 4 first-round picks.
And 4 first.
Goodness.
I mean, honestly, Carl Anthony Towns and an Ant-Man for Durant and another player, that'd be a good trade.
In our league, when Corey does like the most ridiculous trades and you don't even respond, you just let it sit there. Like, I'm not.
No, that's not Corey. That's not Corey. Leon.
Oh, Leon. Leon does the ridiculous.
That's what C-Double does in the football league.
You even respond or you just let it sit? Like,
he'll email me and text me. He said, "Man, why won't Joey and Chris respond to my trades? None of your friends." Like, dude, you're sending them crap.
Yeah. That's what you wonder if Minnesota even responded. They're like, we're not even ready. We're not.
Because Chris always sends me a text message. Why won't Dennis respond? I'm like, man, you're probably sending him some crap. What do you expect?
Yeah, come on.
You don't respond to crap.
You're not releasing these guys.
Anyways, the trades. First, a big trade went down between the Carolina Panthers, which it makes no sense unless they get rid of Darnold. Unless they trade Darnold or something. So the Panthers traded for Baker Mayfield for a 5th-round draft pick. And so the big question, can the Panthers make the playoffs with Baker Mayfield? And I read on Twitter somebody thinks that Darnold's still gonna be the starter. But also, the bigger question is, what will DJ Moore's value be now that he has an actual quarterback? That's going to feed him. Will he score more than 4 touchdowns? Because he's had 1,000 yards every season, but not more than 4 touchdowns. So what do you guys think? Are they going to make the playoffs because they signed Baker? Joey, let you go first.
Chris and JB, millions. the Carolina Panthers they can make the playoffs.
That's not the question.
But they will not make the playoffs. The NFC is still pretty talented, but particularly I know that when we do our, picks, I think we're going to probably go really heavy again, thinking that maybe the NFC West can have multiple teams.
At least 3 teams.
3 teams. You look at
possibly
NFC South. I don't see 3 teams getting out of the NFC South. 2 teams possibly. Well, we know 1 definitely, and I think we all figured that the Saints are likely going to somehow get in there. They have a very talented roster.
If Jameis can step up,
if he can,
which is possible.
Carolina they do have a pretty decent roster.
I
don't know if it's that they have everywhere, but they
don't have talent everywhere.
I mean, they got one of the best running backs in the league. They have definitely. Oh yeah, it's going to the 10th inning. Azuma grounded out.
They have 2 pretty good receivers.
Will Thomas come back?
They have a defense that is going to be aggressive.
That defense is going to be tough as usual. Because and then the head coach now is the defensive coordinator, so their defense is probably going to be pretty tough. Dennis Allen. But they got Thomas, Olave, and they brought in Jarvis Landry, so they still got some other pieces, so they probably got some decent weapons.
I just don't know they're not going to cut Darnold. They spent too much on Darnold, so there's going to be.
They also drafted Coral too.
They did. Coral, he's not going to play. He's going to have to sit out, which is
fine. The clipboard.
There's going to be a quarterback battle, which it should be. And Darnold is still in it because they just spent way too much on him. They brought Baker Mayfield in. Now, Darnold was, I want to say, out of all these starting quarterbacks last year, according to Pro Football Focus, I think he finished last out of the 31 starting quarterbacks, or there 30 or the
32 starting quarterbacks, but there's probably some extras because of injuries and stuff.
Okay, now he started off playing all right, but then he was really bad.
I actually had him as one of my quarterbacks in a 2 QB league. Started off real good, then
9 touchdowns to 13 picks is not good. Now, Baker Mayfield, one thing that he's got going for him, he's going to be healthy, and he's still very, very confident. That's at least one thing that they got going for him. Maybe
week 1, Panthers and Browns.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Oh, must-see TV. Absolutely must-see. But Carolina, I do not see them making the playoffs at all. But I am looking forward to a great quarterback battle to see who's going to be the starting quarterback week 1.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm with Joey. I mean, you look at it though. I'm going over some defensive stats from last year, and they were second in team defense as far as yards per game, and they're second in they're 4th in passing yards per game on defense, and they're rushing yards per game. They're not as good there, but they're still in the top 15. The thing is they're at the bottom end of points per game. And probably a lot of that is your offense is just not good enough. They're an elite defense, but their offense is just giving the ball back to back to the other team probably more frequently than, say, the Bills. They're on those teams' level. They probably just have more chances to score because their offense just can't carry them. Right. I looked on there in passing yards per game. They're bottom at 100. They're only throwing 190 yards a game.
Yikes.
So, I mean, that'll improve if they start Baker.
I would say Baker is a guy that Darnold's never really been a guy to push the ball down the field. So, I mean, you think about in football, you get probably an elite level, probably 5 or 6 teams, right? You're pretty much locked them in. And then you got probably your really bottom level teams that are going to probably win 5 or 6 games. And then there's a massive middle group, which in football, because you play so few games, a play here and there could change your season. You could win 2 or 3 of those games and get lucky, and you're right there with everybody. Now, I mean, health is obviously huge, but you guys have already said they've got talent. You have a guy who, I mean, for me, if McCaffrey, a healthy McCaffrey, I think is a bigger question mark than the quarterback, right? Because he's kind of the engine on that team. And you see that they have a massive difference when he's in there. Then, he changes everything.
Yeah.
He's truly the one kind of guy in the whole league that kind of is elite at what he does. There's really no one ever similar to him if he's healthy.
He got hurt last year. He got hurt. He was just running and nobody even touched him.
Yeah, I mean, he just has not.
I was watching the game like, what?
To me, I don't even necessarily say if Baker's healthy or it plays or Darnold. Like, to me, it comes down to if McCaffrey's healthy, he's going to help everything. He's going to keep the offense on there and then that's going to show that the elite defense, let them do their stuff. But anytime where you ask the defense to be in the NFL, to be on the field as much as they are, because you can't sustain drives, you're eventually going to lose, even if you do have an elite defense. So I like Baker and the fact that you've got 2 receivers who we've seen. Robbie Anderson, remember when he was on the Jets, how much he stretched the field on there. Darnold is not really that guy, though, I don't think. But I think DJ Moore has been underused. To me, he looked like he was kind of ascending to that next level. And then, so I would say I'm putting my money that if you were like, hey, what are you betting? I'm definitely saying no. But I don't think they're a bottom dweller. And then in the NFL, if you can get in that middle lane and have, stay in games, we've seen Baker take teams to the playoffs. So, and turn around the Cleveland team. So I'm betting no. And there's a reason that Vegas has him at minus whatever or plus 6,000 to, go make the playoffs. There's a reason, because that team has just not been that good. But for me, they're not that far off. But we'll see. I don't think that Mayfield, he's probably maybe at 2 games better than Darnold.
Maybe that.
And I don't think that they're 2 games away from making the playoffs, but you never know.
All right. So, I mean, the way I look at it, we got to look at the NFC. Think about the NFC East. You probably got 2 teams in there really that are in playoff contention.
The Eagles, Giants and Cowboys.
Eagles and the Cowboys. The Giants? No. We're not talking about the Giants yet. The Giants, they got a little ways to go there, young buck. Oh, so then you got the Giants and you got the Eagles and the Cowboys. Right. And then you got the NFC South, really just Tampa and maybe New Orleans is possible. And then you got the NFC North, you got the Vikings and the Packers. And then you have the NFC West with Arizona, the Rams, the defending champions, and the 49ers. So what? Man, that's gonna be tough for New Orleans. Sorry, for Carolina to sneak in. It's possible though, because the football season is long season, 17 games. Anything can happen. You can have major injuries. I mean, if Tom Brady gets hurt, Tampa's done. If a lot of these teams in the NFC, like most places, if their top QBs are hurt, it's going to be a tough road to hoe to make to the playoffs. So, but I'm with you guys, and I'm saying no. All right, so get into our next thing, talking about trades. We did have a trade with Timberwolves.
There's been a trade.
When the Timberwolves traded for Rudy Gobert. And the big question is, what is their ceiling now? They did lose probably 2 of their best defenders in Beverly and Vanderbilt. But they brought in a defensive player of the year in Rudy Gobert to pair him with Karl Anthony Towns to, I guess, create the new age Twin Towers. along with Ant-Man, who is a budding star, and it's still so. Gave up some first-round draft picks, and they got Rudy Gobert back. So, guys, what do you think is the Timberwolves ceiling next year? And well, this year they did make the playoffs. They did win in the play-in round. They had a chance to not even be in the play-in round, but they kind of blew it towards the end. But they made it into the playoffs. Did they win a series in the playoffs?
They did not.
You sure? I thought
they're out first round.
What were they were the 7 seeds?
They were the 7 seed, yes.
And they lost to the Timberwolves. I mean, lost to the Grizzlies. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, here we go. What is their ceiling now? What's their ceiling? Is it NBA championship? Is it play-in game again, or second round NBA Western Conference Finals? Chris, I'll start with you.
First off, how do you get rid of Beverly after how excited he was when they won that play-in game?
Guys, man,
That's
what they do.
He wears
NBA is a business. You seen that thing that said 5 years ago? I don't know if it's 5 years ago. Beverly told Steph Curry, he said, "All right, you had these 5 years, the next 5 are mine."
What?
And since he's been traded 5 times.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
He's been traded 5.
Who?
Yeah, Patrick Beverly, man. Patrick Beverly that said that he's been to the playoffs every year he's been in the NBA. They won the NBA championship in the play-in game this year.
The next 5 years are mine?
I'll take the next 5.
That's the quote. That's the quote.
You take off. I got it from here. The heavy lifting is done. I'll take it from here.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. So after that, I mean, it's going to be hard to, win with a traditional big. I mean, we haven't really seen it done, and since when's the last kind of traditional big? That's so. I mean, and he's not even the offensive threat, but they were missing something with Towns not being able to be kind of an elite defender. So I think Gobert to me can definitely change games. I mean, we've seen that. Joey talks about, like, in football that sacks are overrated. I think blocks can also be overrated, because if you look at someone like Gobert, he changes the way guys attack the basket.
He's a regular season player.
But yeah, that's the thing, is can he kind of adjust and but I think the fact is that you shore up now Towns to not even have to worry about being that rim guy at all.
Oh Lord, that's not good for the Towns.
Yeah, I mean, but he hasn't shown really the ability to be an elite defender yet. He's just been
got to be a better help defender, really, if they want to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're asking Towns to still have to, he's still going to have to grow. And I think Anthony Edwards took a big bump up in his sophomore season, right? I mean, a lot of those guys, they call that the slump. He went the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, there were games where he was just really dominant. And I think he's not even necessarily a great shooter yet. You know what I mean? I don't know if he'll ever be a great shooter, but I think he still has a pretty big, I mean, for Anthony Edwards' ceiling is way up there. So I feel like if he can take that next step, you look at a team like Memphis. Well, I mean, Memphis is able to do it. So, I don't think they're as good as Memphis, but I would say ceiling to me would be probably first round. They may be able to win the first round and then probably get bounced after that. But we've seen things go their way, like, say, a Phoenix team 2 years ago, where they had a perfect draw. They played the Lakers, like everything kept falling. They played the Clippers, right? Was that when Paul George or Kawhi got hurt? So we see, like,
when Terrence Mann got his mans.
Oh yeah, that's when he went off. So I mean, we've seen, if you make the playoffs and you have a decent squad, things can happen. So I would say their ceiling probably legitimately would be win a first round series and then go from there. But I'm excited to at least see how this looks, because we haven't seen anyone being able to do it in a while, and kind of the progression of Towns and Edwards. I think both of those two guys. I mean, we had Towns on our third team. Was he third team? Yeah, all third team. He's probably never going to make first team or second team with those two. But yeah, so we'll see.
Well,
how do you see it, Joey?
Chris and JB, I don't think we're in a situation here where Minnesota's ceiling is the roof as of right now. It's not going to be that right now. However, this is their version of the big three for
might want a big three.
At least the next 3 to 4 years. I'm wondering if D'Angelo Russell is in their plans moving forward. Like, is he going to be the catalyst of this offense moving forward?
They're gonna need Gobert to play really well, because the defenders up top ain't playing no defense. Everybody getting to the basket.
And that's what you had to do. And that's why one good thing that I think they have going for them. Of course, I think it's an outstanding trade. I did hate on Gobert because Terrence Mann was getting his mans on him. Terrence Mann happened to just be hot one night and pulling Gobert away from the basket, and he just hit everything. And that.
But can we just agree that that kind of also falls on the coach for the Jazz?
Absolutely.
Because you got to understand, and the Jazz, what do? They got the advantage inside with Gobert. He just kept shooting jumpers.
That's it.
It's bad coaching.
And what I really like, even though Gobert is not someone that you're afraid of on offense, I love his lob presence. He is excellent at catching lobs. He does that very, very well. I think he could be a serious lob presence when it comes to whatever offense Minnesota is going to run. I think we expect Cat is going to be hanging out on the outside. He is the reigning 3-point champion, so we're going to see him jacking up a whole lot more.
Cat says he's the best shooting big man ever.
He has great touch. He has great touch. However, I'm with Chris here. I don't first round, second round, possibly. What they have going for them is that Golden State is getting older. At least their core is getting older. I don't think anybody else in the West, as of right now, I don't think anyone else in the West has a young core like this. Gobert is not 30 yet.
Memphis has a young core, Joey.
But I still like the core of what these three.
I would say those three are better than any three that Memphis has as just the three.
We would definitely think so on paper as of right now, yes.
And D'Angelo Russell in there. I would say that foursome is pretty nasty on paper.
I like D'Angelo Russell's ability to break down the defense and get to the rim. Gobert is going to be a lob presence there. However, just like you said, JB, their perimeter defense is going to take a hit. And one thing that this current Golden State squad does is they like going small. And that's going to give Minnesota issues if they have to deal with a team that is like, okay, we're going to go small. We're going to have Gobert, pull him out. We're going to pull Cat out. Can they play pick and roll defense when a switch happens?
They don't want to play the Clippers.
Can they hang out there? Yeah, really.
They don't want to. I mean, and the Clippers are getting back one of the best players in the league.
Absolutely.
Clippers got two guys that could be possibly in the top 12, 10 players in the NBA.
They could. They got talent look like that.
I mean, with Kawhi and Paul George,
they have talent.
They have
top.
And then they signed John Wall too. The Clippers.
Dude.
So we got to think about this, right? We got the way I look at it is, you got the West. All right. So Memphis probably gonna be back. You got Golden State's gonna be pretty good. Phoenix, we don't know because we still got the DeAndre Ayton situation still in flux.
Clippers
Chris Paul he'll be a year older. We got Luka, the Mavericks. Luka the Don will come back slimmer.
Man, he's so
we got Denver. We got Denver probably getting back their core with Porter and the Denver. Remember they got Porter and they got Murray and they brought in KCP. A good defender, good 3-point shooter. Man, so we got Denver. You got Denver, the Clippers, who didn't really do well and make the playoffs. Those are two teams.
Phoenix,
You got Phoenix, you got Golden State.
What the Lakers are gonna do?
You got the Mavs, right? The Jazz probably not gonna be the same. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do.
You have 2 years ago removed Portland. They made the playoffs.
You got Portland getting Leonard back and signing, and then getting Leonard, bringing in bringing the kid from Detroit, getting all their guys back healthy. You got Dame Dollar.
Yeah, New Orleans.
I don't know, man. I think their ceiling right now is playing game. They will finish 7, 8, 9, or 10. That's why I'm looking at it. And then will they make they may not get out of the first round of the playoffs again, probably.
So you're saying the same. That trade doesn't
pretty much the same. It could be worse. It could be play in and go home. It could be. They got good players, but some of their good players don't realize other teams are non-existent this year. Portland non-existent. Clippers, they were there, but the Clippers, and the Clippers should have beat them in the play-in game.
They got we don't even mention the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers, who knows what they're gonna do? Lakers got Kyrie, LeBron, and they got Anthony Davis. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's still not better than other teams. And you still got Luka, his team getting better around him. Nah, I don't see it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they play with two bigs like that, because it just doesn't. There's not a lot of.
I'm telling you, man. Right now, for me, if you told me who my favorite in the West is, I'm going with the Clippers, man. I got to. If Kawhi comes back healthy and play like he played in the past, I got to give it to them right now, because nobody got a deeper team than them with better good players on the bench coming off and playing well.
Are Cat and Gobert going to have a David Robinson, Tim Duncan shaving commercial?
They may.
And say,
but they may. I mean, the thing is, Gobert. The thing is with Gobert, Utah with Gobert, they didn't use the guy. They didn't throw it down to him in the block and give him a chance to just go to work. Like if you watch Gobert probably play for the French team this summer, if he plays for them, I bet he gets the ball in the block and goes to work. Maybe the Timberwolves will change it up some and feed them, but because the spacing is going to be kind of what they're going to have to work on, because Gobert is a lane clogger, and his man is not going to protect the jump shot. It's going to protect the rim. So
Gobert has to teach Cat how to shave, just like David Robinson taught Tim Duncan.
Hey, maybe it could be. It could happen. It could happen. If Cat is the best big man in the league, it could happen. Right. But their real star is the Ant-Man. That's who should be their focus.
That guy is good. That kid is good.
And he was good in that Adam Sandler movie. He's you guys seen that yet?
Yeah. I haven't seen Hustle. I heard about it.
Excellent, JB.
He's the kind of the villain.
It's excellent.
Anthony Edwards is a villain?
Yes, he is. He does a great job at it.
I mean, he's because they're like at a rookie, they're at like the combine game. And Anthony Edwards is supposed to be like the big dog.
I saw Tobias Harrison's in it, and it's
really good.
And the kid that got cut by the Utah recently.
Yeah. That's the main dude, JB.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
I know.
All right,
He probably go into acting.
Yeah, he was good in it. So
He was.
let's now we're gonna go over to some college sports. It's heating up. What is about what do we got? A month, a little less than a month, right? A month and a half.
Month and a half, man, for that first college football long week and weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually wondering where Joey's gonna fall on this one. All right. So based on the way both conferences are setting up with their new additions in a couple of years, which conference is better at both a football basketball conference, or will be better, the SEC or the Big Ten? Joey, we'll go to you first.
Oh, you good to go. Joey goes first. Go ahead, Joey.
You want JB? You want
Nah,
first?
go ahead, man. I'm doing something right now. I'm listening to Joey talk while I'm doing it.
All right, Joey. So the additions, when is well, first before we go in, so we got 2024 is
that's UCLA and USC. I think 2023 is Texas and Oklahoma.
All right, Joey. So we're saying by 2024 we're which conference, but you can't just say they dominate, and they have to. It's a combination, because we already know football one's going to win, but it's a combination. Which one will be better? Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
Chris and JB, based on how everything is looking right now, dominating both in a couple of years, I'm going to still have to go with the Southeastern Conference, the SEC. Especially, I'm not looking at football, but when it comes to basketball, I'm looking at what the SEC has been doing over the last few years. I mean, I think they are more of a threat to have teams that are getting to the regional finals, getting to the Final Four, maybe even cutting down the national championship. Bruce Pearl's got Auburn rolling. Kentucky is not going anywhere. Musselman's got Arkansas back into the national spotlight. Tennessee, Barnes is doing a
Tennessee
job there. Florida was a little down this year, but overall, I've learned one thing when it comes to basketball. I will never bet on the Big Ten to go to the Final Four ever.
Disappointments.
They always do. So as of right now, until I've been proven wrong, I will continue to take the Southeastern Conference.
See it. You'll see it. You'll believe it.
I'll believe it. I'll see it when I believe it, Chris. You're absolutely right.
You'll see it when you believe it. Oh, yes. The famous quotes of
prove it, Big Ten. You're not on the SEC's level. Prove it.
Yeah, I mean, in your mind, the SEC, they're already going to have a leg up in football. I mean, and so
let me throw in women's gymnastics. They also dominate. Let me throw in track. They dominate. Let me throw in swimming. It's not close.
Oh, in hockey. What's he gonna do with hockey?
Hockey, we're gonna have to
hockey. Hey, that's up north.
I mean,
that is a north thing.
With baseball, SEC.
That's SEC.
Pretty much. Especially adding Oklahoma and softball. Oklahoma coming.
Softball, Florida's always good. Oklahoma's always good.
SEC, Oklahoma is the greatest team of all time. Absolutely. All SEC. That's where I see it.
All right, JB, you with Joey? SEC dominant?
I'm with Joey. I mean, the Big Ten. I mean, the SEC, they got, with football, you know what their football is, right? I mean, really, it's a shame. I wish the parity in the SEC football was much better. I think Big Ten football has a little bit more parity in it than the SEC. Basketball, I think the SEC has more parity than the Big Ten. Even though the Big Ten has, some people have said, has been the best conference in America the last couple of years. I really miss. Yeah. So wait, what's wrong, Joey? That's something you didn't like?
I don't think there's parity in the Big Ten when it comes to football, JB.
What?
I don't think there's much parity when it comes to Big Ten football.
I mean, over the last couple of years, it has been. I mean, of course, Ohio State is pretty much the perennial team you look for. But over the last couple of years, there's been,
Ohio
no,
State.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what you want me to say. Okay, you thought you were gonna catch me. You didn't catch me. But I mean, if we're talking about the total sports altogether, they both have their own networks. But I do think that ESPN pushes more. I mean, I don't know. ESPN shows all the Big Ten games on football. They show all the Big Ten basketball games. I mean, who they both gonna sign mega deals. So it's really gonna come down to who's gonna win more championships, and probably gonna be the SEC, because the way the football thing is set up, it's pretty much the SEC playoff in the championship round every year. You guaranteed to get 2 teams from that conference every year, which is ridiculous. Guaranteed, right? Has there ever been a year when there weren't 2 SEC teams in the Final Four for the college football playoff?
I think so.
Maybe year 1. But besides that, it's always been like 2, basically.
Can we please go 8?
Now if they get Clemson, it's a wrap. They get Clemson, the SEC, it's a wrap. But it's a wrap. So I'm with Joey. The SEC, is the way it's looking though. 2 super conferences in college sports. Are they going to do it just, how some teams just do it for like one sport and not all of them? So we'll have to see if they do it for all their sports together for both conferences. I don't know. I don't like it for college sports, but SEC is going to probably be the most dominant of the 2.
Yeah. So I'm surprised, Joey, that you're not hyping up your boy going to USC in a couple of years.
Oh, football is one thing, yes.
Yeah. So right now, the Big Ten is much deeper in basketball, much deeper in basketball. Right. Every year they're getting. I mean, they haven't had maybe the ultimate success, but every year they're getting more teams in, and their teams are their high level teams are just as good as the SEC teams, right? So now you're getting UCLA, who is completely on the upswing. We've seen that last 2 years they've been completely improved, and USC is good. They made the tournament this year, so you're getting 2 teams with that with a West bias in there, right? So you're getting 2 teams that is going to give you more coverage. And now in football,
everybody be asleep.
I feel like in football, now you're getting Lincoln Riley, who I don't necessarily love this year, but I said in 2-3 years, they're going to be right there as with everybody else in the top 4 or 5 consistently, right? So now you have Ohio State, Michigan, and USC. That's a complete dominant threesome right there that they got compared to Alabama, Georgia, and maybe whoever else they end up having to throw out, LSU, Auburn, depending on the years, right? So there, and JB says that team, the Big 12 to me is a deep. You can argue that which one is a deeper conference, but Michigan State looks like they've improved last year. Wisconsin is really good every year. So it's not as if they may not have had the top tier effect of, say, Alabama, but and Georgia. Those 2 teams carry them, but Oklahoma I think will be down. Texas hasn't shown anything, right? I mean,
they're getting recruits though. I tell you, they got Arch Manning.
They're getting them.
But if you said right now, who over a 5-year period in football, who's going to be better, USC or Texas? Who are you betting?
Texas.
Southern Cal.
I'm betting.
I say Texas.
But either way, it's a toss-up. So what I'm saying is I don't think that I think the gap is starting to close. And we've seen the great Nick Saban. This is the first time he's looked shook.
You said the great Nick Saban?
The great Nick Saban is looking.
God.
he's looking a little shook with the NIL, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen
Now
that.
you scared of Texas A&M?
Scared of prime.
I mean, yeah. So to me, the landscape in college football will start to change for sure because of the NIL. I'm not saying that the SEC and Alabama and Georgia won't be as dominant, but I do think that the gap is going to start to slowly close. I do think the SEC conference is better, but I think over a 5-year period, the gap is going to start to close a little bit. And I think bringing those two teams in is huge because how many kids out in California, you can dominate, and that's easily the best state over other than Texas. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. To me, it's the turnaround. Can Texas turn around? Can Oklahoma, without Lincoln Riley, stay, kind of continue on from the Stoops to Riley? Now Venables, who we haven't necessarily seen as an offensive guru, how are they going to be kind of to that next step? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think kind of like Coker did at Miami, they'll kind of be good for a couple years just on kind of the fumes of what they have been.
Right.
But we've seen teams fall. It's kind of like it's like a CEO that's great, and then when he leaves the company, what kind of shape is it in going the next 5 years? That's how a program is good. Is like Urban Meyer left Ohio State. Ohio State really hasn't dropped a bit. You know what I mean? They're still just as dominant. So we'll see what Oklahoma does. I mean, Texas can't find anybody. I don't necessarily love Steve Sarkisian. So I'm not saying I think SEC is still more dominant. I just think that USC and UCLA are two big gets for that conference. It just opens up a lot of doors. So
it looks like Texas and Oklahoma are going to join the SEC in 2025. I don't know. I'm reading this article right now about the Big 12. The Big 12 already is scheduled to bring in BYU, Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF. And then they probably going to try to bring in Utah, Arizona, maybe Colorado, and Arizona State. So it'd be interesting for the Big 12 too.
We're arguing about this. I bet in 2024, this argument is non-existent, and it's not. Nothing is even close to what we're talking about. That it's all like 3 or 4 super conferences, and that's it.
That'd be crazy. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, that seems to be the way they were going. And we're talking about before we started going, like Notre Dame, that's kind of going to be the big domino, right? Because they bring so much to them. Notre Dame and Clemson are going to be kind of the big ones. And then once those two fall, then everything else is just going to just either collapse or,
you got Florida State, Miami.
Yeah, UNC.
That's all. This is crazy. All about that. Like Joey said, all about them stacks. All about those stacks, baby.
That's what it is. It is. That's all they want.
Let us know in the comments if I swayed you from off of the SEC.
Put it in there.
Put it in there. I know Buttons will be like, nah.
Put it in there.
He'll have a whole written thing out that he tells us like he does in the when he picks.
I can't wait to hear the C double picks. I'm looking for it. C
double picks.
The C double picks are like C double picks. Like he just has like these random facts.
C double versus Buttons. I'm really looking for it.
Oh, you always loving on those. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't wait either, JV. There's gonna be.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
I like Buttons takes. C doubles take.
C double doesn't.
Sometimes.
He doesn't.
Sometimes.
C double's like, oh well, I drove through Tennessee once, so give me Tennessee. You know what? I met a girl there once. Oh my gosh, she was amazing. Give me.
Oh my goodness.
Double's like,
righty.
All right, yeah. So we'll stay on some JB. You want to get your spreadsheet, one of your mini ones out? We'll get
Dude, I'm already ready, man.
already there. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. And I'm like, JB, you want to get a spread? Boom. He doesn't even let me finish my sentence.
I'm already ready.
JB, you remember that? You remember the on in Living Color, the
Wanda.
Funky Finger Productions that Dave Allen Greer and Tommy Davidson did, and there Dave Allen.
That was when they were.
You have it? Do you? I just ran out of my business cards, and Tommy Davidson like.
Oh, I remember Tommy Davidson too.
I gotta watch that. I don't remember that one.
Funky Finger Productions. I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Funky Fingers Productions in Living Color. I'm looking up right now. I got like 5 screens running.
All out.
All right, Joey. So right here we're gonna go. These are the over-unders for Bet Online. Today we're going kind of next week we'll do another one, but today I went through, just pick kind of the bigger name teams from the letters A through M, and then next week we'll do the rest of them. So if you don't see some of the bigger names on here, that's why. So this could change, but we'll just stick with are you finding it, JB?
Funky Finger Productions.
Funky Finger. We'll just stick with this here, even if they change as the season goes. I mean, as it gets closer, we'll stay with this, and then we'll check it at the end of the year. So,
must have mentioned me because we go way back. My cousin Boudreaux delivered some flowers to a guest house one time last year. Look here. I heard Madonna's been in town for a week, and she hasn't called me. Well, Donna's very busy. Say what? Well, we all know how that can be. I'm Howard Tibbs III.
Manage a group called Saturn. That's with an E. Satern. Now, I used to manage a group called Stratus. Had to fire 10 horns, but we got 9 left.
But here's the kicker. We hired a brand new bass player, Polynesian cat from Detroit, funky as he wanna be. I'll give you one of our cards. You know I'm first out. Howard. Bam!
Oh, I do remember. I knew you were gonna take that.
Don't pay any attention.
There you go. Funky Fingers Productions.
Bam!
just because Joey wanted it. Funky Fingers Productions. All right.
Question, Funky. Bam! I remember that.
I'm all out.
All right, Joey. So this is for not counting their bowl games. This is just straight up. I think. Let me see. Let me make sure. I would see that would be ridiculous if it's counting bowl games.
Yeah, because I mean, this guy's played 14 games sometimes.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me make sure.
And Bama, I mean, yeah.
Let me see. Team win. Yeah, it's regular season. Regular season.
All right, regular season. Okay, I was wondering.
Count bowl games or conference championship. So, so what? Bama? How many games does that make? Bama? How many do they play? 12 games.
12.
Okay.
Y'all played 12 in the regular season.
All right, Joey. So you're up first. Bama 10.5. What do you got?
Over.
JB, you're going over.
I told you already.
You are. We already know. All right, I'm going over with Bama. Auburn, Joey.
Over.
Auburn killed me last year. I had them in our conference thing.
Yeah, they destroyed you.
Yeah, but I'm still going over. I'm still buying in. Baylor, 7.5 wins. That's they won the conference last year, right? There's no.
That was right because
Our Chris's boys right here. I'm definitely going over. I know Chris is going to join me.
Oh yeah, I'm over for sure. Johnny what is his Dangerfield? What is his name? Tommy, is it? Who's the dude? No respect.
Oh,
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, Rodney. I said Tommy.
hey.
Oh, no respect. I'm going under here. I think Cincy drops a little bit.
Over.
I checked all the schedules today. Oh, that's why all my picks are based on who they playing.
Okay.
I'm going Clemson under. I'm not a Clemson guy though, so that might be a little biased.
Clemson has the number 1 ranked projected defense the next 3 years in college football.
Over.
You sold them.
I'm just telling you what I read on ESPN future rankings. They got Clemson's defense like ranked 1 each of the next 3 years. Offense, not so much.
They were dominant last year too.
Yeah.
What did they win last year? 10 games, right?
I think so. I think they finished 10-4.
Yes, they
That's
did.
I can pull it up. You know, I got you.
That's a down year too.
I'd be like, Joey, like, bam!
Bam.
I'm fresh out. Under.
I'm going over.
Florida under?
Under.
I'm going over on Florida.
Florida's down. Way down.
Huh. Georgia here. You lose that many guys on defense. Can they just
Is what's his name still playing quarterback there?
Bennett?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still there.
Remember we had a talk about the Heisman hopefuls, and he's a
Over.
guy like stuck in the middle.
Over.
No respect.
Over.
Just enjoy the ride while he playing with him.
Give me the under here.
Chris just trying to be different.
I mean 11 wins is a lot of wins.
Did you check their schedule, man?
I looked at it earlier, but I mean you could always say that though.
It's nothing there, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing there. They're not playing any horses in the West. They're playing all the scrubs.
Over.
LSU.
Louisiana State Tigers. Over.
Oh, you got your boy there, Joy. Got your boy Brian Kelly, right?
He is there. He will win.
I'll go over.
They got Florida State, I think, week 1.
I'll take the over there.
I still disagree with him taking the job. I think he could have gotten the same thing in South Bend, but hey, it is what it is.
I'm taking the over on Miami.
I will join you, Chris.
And JB will join us.
Yes, he will.
Oh yeah, I got over everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's this guy.
I'm this guy.
He's got overs everywhere.
Everything is over, baby. Everything.
He's like the Hawks.
Over.
Overs everywhere.
Overs everywhere. It may change. You give me the new set of team for next week, but right now,
overs everywhere.
Instead of this, though, he's looking over.
I will join you with your khakis here, JB.
Yeah, give me some of them khakis also.
all right, here we go. So
All right,
Chris
so,
you got under 3 times, Joey got it once, and I got over everywhere.
Over everywhere.
That's right.
Scoot.
Yeah, so we'll check back. So next week we'll finish out so we'll do another 10 teams. We'll put Joey's USC on there, Oklahoma, Ohio State. We'll finish
Next
up.
week, I think we need to do Tuesday night.
Chris, don't forget to put Nebraska and UCLA on there, please.
What? You're wasting Nebraska's spot.
Hey, Joey had Nebraska as hot take. I still got it in my folder. They supposed to win 9 games, was it 8 or 9 this year?
Well, let me see. Let me see quickly what they're.
It's coming.
You told me they were winning. They got Scott Frost.
I think it's happening this season.
Nebraska's 7.5, and UCLA is.
That's a beautiful number.
8.5.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
Yeah, Nebraska last year they blew they blew
gotta
it.
crawl before you walk. The disappointments, the Michigan game, they had Michigan right where they wanted them. They're going to learn from that.
And USC is how many wins, you think?
9.5.
Yep, 9.5. We already know where Joey's going.
Mm-hmm. long as they got Caleb, anything can happen.
What, USC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm all in USC. USC going to surprise me. That dude is that guy is a baller.
He is.
He is a difference maker. If he is in the Heisman hunt, USC is right there in the hunt for big wins.
Absolutely.
Just like the year that Lamar Jackson won the Heisman, they came out of nowhere to win like 11 or 10 games that year.
Yeah.
All right, Joey, you want to get us into some Elite Eight action?
Yes, let's get back into the greatest Elite Eights in
the multiverse.
Oh, yeah, in the multiverse.
Every
Earth
aspect.
818.
And as you know, I find it phenomenal.
The upside down.
The upside down. And wherever the universe continues to, isn't it weird that the universe continues to just grow?
Oh, can I just add something, Joey? Big day, July 12th. The Webb telescope is going to show its first images. I'll send y'all the link for it.
Oh, please.
Big day. It's a big day in science. We got the Hubble telescope out there,
right,
but they sent out a new one called the Webb telescope.
It's supposed to be.
And the images are supposed to come back on the 12th.
Is it supposed to be better?
Images. It's supposed to be better than the Hubble. And the Hubble, you got some images that are amazing. This one is going to blow our mind. We may see stuff we don't even. When they see it, they probably won't show us the real stuff because it may be too scary.
You're gonna see like the alien in Signs.
See a guy. You're gonna see a guy on a different planet, in a different universe, watching CJ Squared.
He's like looking over his shoulder, just.
We got dudes everywhere.
Yeah, we got women.
Alien shooters.
Wasn't there a piece of trash that was found on Mars?
I don't know about that.
I know. That would be weird.
I know. For the Martian lander, they're still looking for signs of life because they know there was water because the erosion of how the rocks were, but they're still looking for signs of life. And Mars does have water in its poles, in the North and South poles, and in the core. So hey. This new telescope, man, is going to be amazing. It's going to be on the 12th, right?
All neat.
And hopefully that'll be the same night that we have our show, so I can show some images if I see some.
We need to open your mind.
Need to what?
Open your mind.
Open your mind. Open your third eye. Like Stephen Strange.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You hit him right here, and he was like, oh. Remember that part in Dr. Strange, the first one, Joey?
Yes.
He was like, open your eye. He hit it right in the head. He went to all the multiverses there. Yeah, quantum realm, multiverses, all that good stuff.
Well, wherever those are, they're all tuning in right now. It's right.
Tune in, man.
It doesn't feel right.
The Elite Eight.
No way we are the only ones in all of outer space. Someone somewhere is watching this right now. Keep on watching.
We are
subscribe wherever planet you are on. Subscribe right now because you are getting informed right now. So let's get into what this Elite Eight is for this week. Last week, millions. We got into the Elite Eight of the top receiving core in the NFC of the National Football League. Coming out on top, I believe the number 2 seed LA Rams took the top spot for the top receiving core in the NFC. This week we shift to the AFC. Let me read to you the top 8 seeds according to CJ Squared. Of course, you may not like it, but this is what our rankings are. Number 1, Cincinnati Bengals. You got Chase, Higgins, Boyd. Number 2 seed, Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams, Renfro, Waller. Number 3 seed, the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Gesicki. Number 4, Buttons, Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Jameson Crowder. Number 5 seed, You have the Los Angeles Chargers. I still hate calling them the Los Angeles Chargers. You have Keenan Allen. You have Mike Allen, and you have
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Excuse me.
That's a combination.
Everett is
Everett,
playing tight end.
Guyton,
Yeah.
Parham.
Okay, yeah, they got a whole lot there. Number 6 seed, Denver Broncos. This core is probably going to get a little bit more love since they now have a real quarterback. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler is really fast.
Hamlin.
7 seed. I can't believe that this is the number 7 seed, but believe it since they lost the most explosive receiver in football. Travis Kelce is still playing there. Juju is now there. Valdez Scantling is now there. And the number 8 seed, the Godfathers Steelers, Deontay Johnson, Chris's boy. We got Claypool playing there. So let's play the Elite Eights. Let's start.
And don't forget Pat Freiermuth, the tight end.
For
Pyramid.
The Steelers.
For the Steelers, yeah.
So let's
You know
go.
what they
All kinds of
know what Claypool's nickname was? Mapletron.
Maple.
Because he's
Real quick, science teacher at heart. This is where you are in our universe, people.
That's where we are.
This is the Milky Way. We're here where the sun is. You can't tell me there's nobody else out there in our galaxy. Whatever.
That's crazy.
just us.
Somebody.
It's just our galaxy.
Somebody.
I don't even want to show you guys a picture of a Hubble telescope that shows all the specks being a different galaxy. You don't want to see that. Because once you start seeing that stuff, then you start thinking, I'm not alone.
We are not alone. Absolutely not.
You are not alone.
We're not alone. Let's go to the top of this bracket. Let's go start off with the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed. Cincinnati Bengals, who they? Chase.
Bengals versus the Steelers?
Oh my gosh, we're already going.
We're keeping it. We're keeping it north.
AFC North, Pittsburgh Steelers, Deontay Johnson. The Mapletron is also there. That is a big dude. JB, where you going here?
Even though Mapletron said that he could be the best receiver in the NFL, and Deontay Johnson is one of the best kept secrets in the NFL in terms of a wide receiver,
Chris's boy.
I gotta go with who they. All right, they probably have the best trio. And even their number 2 and 3 are really good. I mean, it's a good team, and they brought in a proven tight end, Hayden Hurst, to top it all off. I'm gonna go with the Who Dey Nation right here. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
JB's going Who Dey. Chris,
I do love me some Deontay Johnson. I feel like he's always going to blow up in fantasy. Claypool is a knucklehead type of guy. So a lot of questionable stuff that he does out there. But if you were building a wide receiver, you would want to build somebody like that dude. I mean, he's big.
He's a monster.
I don't know if his head is where it needs to be, but just from a standpoint of build, he's.
Are you talking about that one game when they were trying to win the game and he caught the pass?
That was ridiculous.
And instead of getting the ball back, he celebration does the first down.
First down with like 30 seconds left. They could have gotten an extra playoff. I mean, but it was multiple times. He did a few of those things, just making it all about himself. And I know that position is somewhat of a diva position, but I mean, you gotta, like Joey said, you gotta crawl before you walk. I mean, he's got a ways to go before he's pulling that stuff. And even Antonio Brown and those kind of guys in their prime, T.O., they still were about winning. They kind of went, Antonio Brown went off the rails later on. But, I mean, so you can't be pulling that stuff if you're not even an all-pro yet. I mean, come on now. So, I mean, I think they're good. But as quickly as Jamar Chase's rise to a top, 5 or 6 wide receiver, I mean, the ceiling is for those guys is just I mean, they're gonna be good for the next couple of years. So I got to go Cincinnati here.
Who Dey? I would have gone Houday as well. Cincinnati is through. Let's go to the bottom of the brackets. We're gonna go with the number 2 seed versus the number 7 seed. 2 seed, we have the Las Vegas Chargers. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller.
Raiders.
The Chiefs. This is an in-game rival.
The Raiders, Joey, the Raiders.
Who has that?
You said the Chargers.
I said the Chargers. Dang it. Did I say the Las Vegas Chargers?
Yeah, Las Vegas Chargers.
Excuse me. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce. Juju is there. Mecole Hardman is still there. Valdes-Scantling was brought in. Where are you going here, Chris?
Just as if you're taking remember now we're taking quarterbacks out of the equation. That's not
Correct.
It's just strictly on the talent of the wide receiver core. So because obviously I think Mahomes can swing this debate if we were having it that way. So to me, just strictly on Valdes-Scantling is a guy who can take the top off. Juju has been he takes
the top off.
He can take the top off, and Juju has been a guy who could really kind of work those crossing routes, the slants, that was like what he is. So between the combination, and you got Kelce, who, I mean, we're talking last week, he's already close to our top 5 tight ends of all time. So, but on the other side, you got probably the best receiver in football over the last 3 or 4 years. And you got a tight end. If we're talking tight ends, the one guy who could probably one of 3 that could probably, or one of 2 others that could compete with Kelce on a weekly basis. And there's weeks where Waller will, I mean, we've seen him, he'll put up 120, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 200. I think, and now with Devontae Adams, and I know JB loves on Renfrow because, he's another guy who kind of does the juicy work. You know what I mean? Kind of that.
Hunter Renfrow, he just got that thing. He just got that it factor, man. He's just a winner. Look at didn't he catch the beat Alabama?
Yeah.
That one year from Deshaun Watson.
So I mean, this is a good
same routes.
This is a good
the same routes.
This is a pretty good battle here. I mean, it's hard to take Kansas City, you lose Tyreek Hill, and now all of a sudden, I just think that those guys, Scantling and Juju, I think Juju kind of hasn't met what everyone thought he was going to end up being. So until I've got to, I got to see it before I got to believe it. What was it? I got to.
Yeah, believe it before you see it.
Believe it before you see it.
I'll believe it when I see it, right?
I'll see it. Believe it when you see it.
Yeah.
We'll see
so
it.
I'll take the Raiders now.
Vegas Raiders. JB?
All right, so I'm right along the lines with Chris, and I mean I think that the Raiders in the wide receiver area are a little light. I mean, I looked at all these teams today, and the depth charts on most of them aren't that great. But the Raiders also have the Raiders also have a pretty decent backup tight end. Foster Moreau is pretty good. If you watch them play, and he can have weeks when he has 8 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown if Waller is out or is not stepping up. So, I mean, based on, and then get Devontae Adams, and I think Devontae Adams is really better than any of the guys that the Chiefs have. The Chiefs have one thing though, they got speed with Hardman and MVS.
Fast.
And and then they got Kelce, they got Juju, who can eat up all those middle routes like Chris said, but I guess I still got to go with the Raiders here.
I would have gone with the Las Vegas Raiders as well, but let me just throw in, remember, I think this Chiefs receiving core, by the end of the year, we would have a higher ranking for them overall. Sky Moore is,
we forgot about old Sky Moore.
and the wild card, who would have been a first-round pick staying healthy, Justin
from
Ross.
Clemson.
Joey is super high on Ross.
To see what Justin Ross does if he can stay healthy, if he gets an opportunity to put himself out there to get snaps. I'm really intrigued by what Justin Ross can do for this.
I hope he does.
I hope so too, because I saw what
he was a baller when he was a freshman in college before he got hurt.
He did to Alabama.
Yeah, well, I know.
Remember that? I think he didn't have like a one-handed catch on the sideline or something. That was
did it. He was the man.
They were little kids compared to his freshman self.
I mean, that's when Clemson they had him, T. Higgins. That's a year he went off the year when they won with Trevor's freshman year. Mm-hmm. So they had T. Higgins, they had him. They still had Hunter Renfrow.
I was gonna say it wasn't Renfrow on that team.
Yeah, he still was there too.
Yeah, geez, that's a class. I mean, half of these guys we're bringing up today.
Yes, we are. Let's stay at the bottom of this bracket. Let's go to the number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed. This is a very intriguing matchup because of new people that have shown up. But the number 3 seed, Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, maybe the 2 fastest receivers in the NFL. Mike Gesicki as a tight end. Denver Broncos.
And the Dolphins also signed Cedric Wilson from the Cowboys too, who's a speedster.
Yes, they did. That is correct.
The big player.
Let's go to the Broncos, our number 6 seed, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler,
Tim Patrick.
Yeah, don't forget my boy Patrick.
Right.
And then the tight end, Albert O.
Yeah, I saw him on fantasy. They're putting him up in the top. I mean, obviously it helps with Russell Wilson, but
I mean, he getting an upgrade with Super Rush there.
Yeah.
Upgrade. Where you going, JB?
Man, this is a tough one, man. I mean, healthy. You got healthy Cortland Sutton, monster. You got Tim Patrick, really is a sleeper, and you have Jeudy.
Jerry.
Hitting Alberto against Hill, Waddle, and Wilson. I mean, it's an all-speed team with a quarterback that I remember we're not talking about QBs. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go with the Broncos here, man. I like the Broncos better in their overall potential this year.
JB going Broncos. Chris.
I'm not gonna lie, I think on this one, I think I did what Joey did last week. In the championship round, I think the quarterback affected my decision. I'll be honest. I'll be a little honest here. It's not supposed to, but I think it did just a little bit.
When you have a big discrepancy, because the one thing that you do throw out is Miami has speed to burn, basically. I mean, that's what they're throwing out. To me, if I'm just the speed is the one thing that's the game changer for me.
Speed kills.
Yeah, speed does kill. So if you got 3 guys that can fly, and then you got Gesicki, that's Coop's boy. Coop likes calling him Geesh.
Gesicki. It's be fading away too much, man.
Who?
Gesicki. I mean, he's not, and I don't think it's his fault. He just, I think a lot of these guys in the NFL, when we talk about their consistency, I honestly believe most of the time it does not fall on them. Mm-hmm. I think the ones who are the most consistent is because their quarterback throws the ball all the time.
Yeah, I mean, a guy like him, he could go off and have a 100-yard game, and then the next week he has 20 yards. I mean, there's very few tight ends in the league that are consistently tight ends. That's why, like in fantasy, if you don't get one of the top 3 or 4 guys, you might as well just
punt.
I mean, you might as well just wait, and because all the rest of the guys, you're basically swinging at the ceiling guys that are maybe have a couple really good weeks, and that's it. So, you're not necessarily
you get a guy off waivers and have you win a championship easily.
Yeah, I mean, you
AKA Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, exactly.
When I lost during Waller.
I would say I'm going speed kills here, and then give me Miami.
Miami for Chris.
Joey gets invited.
Are you gonna make? The question is, are you gonna make C Double happy, or are you gonna send him home pissing?
Million.
This is Joey has been like this the whole time. JV, he's been looking in, just waiting to get invited in. He's like, "Can I get in?" And then we finally let him in. Come on, buddy.
Absolutely right.
Come on in.
You're absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, the reason why I'm going to send it this way is because of what JB said earlier, because of a former Cowboy, Cedric Wilson Jr., who has also joined the Dolphins receiving corps. Speed kills. Speed kills. Give me the Dolphins. There you go, C double. There you go, hot.
Oh, speed does kill. Joey finally got in. Joey got in, let into the party, and he didn't even talk.
At the end of the year, as you said before, Joe, we're gonna look back at this and be like, "Oh yeah, all right."
We may. That is true. Let's go back up to the top of the bracket, the 4-5 matchup.
There's another good one.
Yes, it is. The Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Jameson Crowder, versus the Los Angeles
and Dawson Knox.
And Knox.
And OJ Howard.
And Howard. San Diego, Keenan Allen, Everett, Williams, Chris.
Palmer, Guyton.
Ooh, man, this one is
speedsters.
Man, this one is.
Where you going? I hate that they're called Los Angeles. They should stay in San Diego.
So you got the two, like the like with Mike Williams, who's a real big body guy. He kind of came on last year. He was really good at the beginning of the season.
Tyler, number 1 draft pick. He should be good.
Yeah, he was kind of.
You see him in college?
He was not. He was kind of looking like a bust at some point. Like he was never going to kind of turn the corner of being.
Well, I think for him it was the year he had all the touchdowns. He had like 12 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he didn't have 1,000 yards receiving. His first year he didn't play that much because he had the back issue. And then last year he had 1,000 yards receiving, but he kind of faded towards the end.
Yeah, he didn't. He started off really strong. He was a top.
Oh yeah, he was
guy.
He was a monster.
Yeah, so I mean, you got him, and then Keenan Allen kind of
had him killing.
Keenan Allen is kind of the do it all type of wide out. Is not maybe like incredible at anything, but he seems to be able to
getting open.
Yeah, that. So
yeah, you're right about that.
And Diggs is kind of the same way. He's not a guy. He's another guy who seems to find a way to get open.
Oh yeah, Diggs. He's a route runner.
And Gabriel Davis kind of came on. He came on really late in
playoffs. Really, I mean that his playoff game got everybody right now creaming their pants for fantasy.
So
I'm just being honest. I'm not lying.
I think wide receiver wise, they're pretty equal, and so I'm going to go with the fact that Dawson Knox kind of turned into a guy last year that, especially at the beginning of the year, Gerald Everett hasn't really been as. I don't even think that the ceiling is as high. The ceilings are probably pretty close, but I would say that I trust Dawson Knox more than I trust Gerald Everett, basically, is what this is going to come down to. So give me the Bills.
Chris going Buffalo. JB.
All right. So I like the fact that Chris mentioned Dawson Knox, because towards the end of the year, Josh Allen had a real good connection with him, had some really big games. Davis came on strong. But me, I gotta go with the Chargers, man. Allen, proven commodity. Mike Williams, I think this year is gonna have a better. Let's put this out there. These two guys probably are playing. These receivers are probably playing with two of the maybe top 3 fantasy QBs. right? Possibly in terms of, I mean, Justin, nobody has thrown for more yards their first 2 years than Justin, Joy's boy, Justin.
I
I'll
see.
just leave it at that. All right,
finally
the
believed it.
non-believer. All right, and he didn't believe it when he saw it.
Or did.
All right, but he's a believer now. I know he is. But I mean, I just got to go. I'm gonna go with I like, even though Mike Williams hasn't been the receiver that we thought he may be, I think out of all of the receivers on his list, he's probably the best or could be the best in the long run. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, big body, speed, can go long, go short. It depends on how they use them. That's what it comes down to. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one.
I'm going to have to piggyback on that, JB. I think Mike Williams has all-pro ability. Of course, Keenan Allen does also. You got an all-pro guy over there, an all-pro guy over there. There are many times in the NFL, and you don't see that often where you look, yeah, I got an all-pro there, and I got an all-pro.
Third and fourth guys are straight speed guys. Palmer and Guyton can get down. If you look at their highlights, they are known to catch big play balls.
The Chargers are going through. The Los Angeles Chargers are going.
Buttons will not be happy.
No, he will
Sorry,
not.
Buttons. You still my boy, Buttons.
See the comment buttons.
You still my boy.
See that comments. All right. Let's go back to the bottom. We have now our Final Four. First Final Four matchup: the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. JB, where you going?
Raiders.
Raiders are through for JB.
Sorry, C-Double and Rodney. Sorry, Hot One. I got to go with the Raiders here. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. You got DeMarcus Robinson. Don't sleep on him. He played with the Raiders. He's a decent receiver. And Waller, Gesicki, Waller, give me Waller all day. Give me Waller dollar all day. Sorry, Coop. I gotta go with the Waller man.
Yeah, I don't think he would argue this one either. I think Devontae Adams is a way more complete receiver than Hill is. Waddle, we'll see what he is, but I mean, he had a great rookie season, but I don't think he closes the gap enough, and then Waller just kind of opens it back up. I think Gesicki is good, but I don't think he's going to consistently put up the numbers Waller is. So just those three guys there is just, yeah. I mean, with Devontae Adams, that changes everything because now Waller's going to get more looks. He's going to be just ridiculous in the red zone with now all
it's going to be wide open.
I mean, all the looks that Adams gets, that guy can find the end zone more than anyone.
It's going to be all you can eat.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Hit the beat, Joey. Hit the beat.
All you can eat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
that beatbox going.
Yeah, so I'm going the Raiders.
I would have joined the both of you. I would have also gone the Raiders. Raiders are through. Let's go to the top. We got the number 1 seed, Houday, versus the number 5 seed, LA Chargers. Maybe this is a possible AFC championship matchup.
Ooh, possible.
Chris, where are you going here?
I'd say
oh my gosh, the talent that would be on the field in this game. Goodness.
To me, I'm looking difference makers, and Jamar Chase is what Mike Williams hoped he would be as far as just a guy who would come out of the draft class and just blow up right away. Jamar Chase right now already has had a better year than Mike Williams has almost really in his whole career. So, and then the other two guys, Higgins and Boyd. So to me, just the depth at that three, that you got three guys who can at any given day, any given Sunday, one of those three could go off, which we saw last year. And Jamar Chase not just goes off. We've seen him go. There's very few guys that are 200 plus type guys. And Jamar Chase has that sort of ability, which we saw last year. And this is his first year. He's only going to get better. I mean, there is no way. And that was a year off, removed from a year off. So if you got a guy at that level, and then you got those other two next to him, to me, yeah, I got to go. I'm going Bengals here.
Who Dey is through for Chris. JB, who you putting through?
Going with the Chargers, man. Give me the Chargers. Stop sleeping on Mike Williams. For a couple of years, he had Noodle Arm Rivers as his quarterback.
Yeah,
Noodle
very
Arm
true.
Rivers. Noodle Arm. Last year, Mike Williams had 76 catches he had 9 touchdowns. I mean, and you got Keenan Allen, probably one of the best. I think what's the guy that played the guy that played for the Patriots said his top 3 receivers in the NFL, Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, and was somebody else. I forgot the third person he said. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just put this in Joey's hands, see what Joey says. He's probably gonna go with the Who Dey, but that's okay. You know? I think they're both. I mean, like Joey said earlier, the talent on the field.
Oh my gosh.
And
look over there. Look at those.
You know, I mean,
look at them back there. Look at those.
And I think I think Boyd, yes, is a good guy, but I do think the other 2 guys that the Chargers have, and Guyton and Palmer, are field stretchers. So it pretty much gives Williams and Allen. I mean, Allen, he has the whole field to do whatever he wants. And you know, that guy, he's a first down machine. Not a touchdown machine, but he moves those sticks.
Yes, he does.
You know, and I think if I look at all these guys on both teams, the one guy I think is due for some regression is Chase. Chase is a great player, but I think he's due to regress because the year he had, that dude was just breaking off long plays week after week. You would think that this year it'd be a little bit more better defense on him, but we'll see.
Joey.
Chris and JB, the reason why I go Who Dey is because of the other Clemson receiver.
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
He's a baller too.
Is going to be all pro one day. All pro. These Clemson cats are these Clemson receivers. They get to the NFL level. They just blow. They just blow up. I think T. Higgins.
The bigger ones. There's a whole bunch of them in the NFL. They spread out all over the league.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. This is really, really close. And I'm just going to go with Who Dey because I am a huge T. Higgins fan. I'm hoping
that's 2 different.
I'm a huge T. Higgins fan too.
2 different Clemson guys, right? Williams versus Higgins. You'll take the Higgins as your Clemson guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, Higgins played 14 games last year. His rookie season, you know, he had 6 touchdowns, 908 yards. Last year only played 14 games, 74 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 6. I mean, the dude, he a baller.
And
Super Bowl, what? Super Bowl, he had 2 touchdowns Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And in our final, it's going to come down to these same Clemson guys. Because in our final, we have Vegas versus Who Dey. JB.
If you're gonna, let's see, I got Boyd, Chase, Higgins, I got Adams, Renfro, Robinson, Waller. In this matchup, I gotta go with Who Dey.
Who Dey?
On this one. I like Who Dey.
JB, you didn't take your boy Waller. That's your man's.
That's my man, but I think between Boyd, Chase, and Higgins, with Allen, Adams, a great Renfro and Robinson, I think compared to to Boyd and Higgins. Give me Boyd and Higgins all day. And I mean, I think like Chris said earlier, I don't think Waller really doesn't make up enough here because Hayden Hurst is a decent tight end. So give me the Who Dey Nation.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go. I think Waller does. To me, Waller will make up that difference. I think Renfro a year in is kind of being, we saw him actually stepping up to be the guy after the whole Ruggs incident last year and really kind of came into his own and was one of the kind of the better fantasy sleepers last year.
Oh, he was.
And then Adams, I think, just makes everything better for everybody there. I think now we're going to really see if Waller can kind of compete as the number one guy. I mean, I think probably his maybe his targets might go down a little bit, but I think that offense is just going to open up and, they're going to be throwing a ball all over the field. So to me, I feel like Waller can overcome that. And I think that I still have Adams as better than, as much as I'm hyping up Chase still wants to be Adams. That's kind of the pinnacle right now of receivers. So I think the gap of Adams, Waller maybe makes up and surpasses the gap of that Higgins and Boyd have made up. So
all right, Joey. So it comes down to you.
we made it interesting.
Because
Don't make us regret you inviting you to the party.
he is that good. I know they are both that good. That good. When you have the best receiver in the game and arguably the best tight end in the game on this same squad.
Hunter Renfrow had 103 catches last year.
And he had 100 catches last year.
9 touchdowns.
This is close. I think this is closer on the AFC side compared to the NFC side. I am going to have to go with the Raiders just because the best receiver,
Raiders.
arguably the best tight end in football on the field at the same time. How do you stop that? How do you stop that?
They're just going to be dumping it off to Renfro like 130.
I think people have picked the Raiders to finish last in that division.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That could possibly happen. That they made
that division is going to be tough.
It is.
I mean, that division. How many people you get to the playoffs? How many wild cards? 2 or 3?
It's 2.
No, it's 3 wild cards now.
3, yes, 3 of them.
They might have their whole division may make it. It's a possibility.
Did we not have one team from the AFC South?
No.
Right? Yeah, because it's
the Texans. The Texans, no.
Titans.
The Titans, definitely not.
Colts.
And on the fringe, they got Pittman, but that's about it.
Nope.
And the Jags.
And then the Jags. The Jags got a decent receiving core, but I don't know. The Jags possibly could be better than the Steelers. Sorry, Godfather.
Keenan McCardle isn't coming through that door, Jay.
They did sign. Listen, they did sign Christian Kirk. They did bring back Johnson. They did bring back Chenault. So they do. I don't know about that tight end situation. I think that's terrible. Last year, you tried to bring in Tebow, or Urban Meyer tried to bring in Tebow for tight end.
He's just kicking everybody.
Yeah. So AFC South. They're all about run that ball, baby. Get the ball to Derek. Get the ball to Travis. Get the ball to Jonathan Taylor.
Brown
and they're all about that. The AFC South is the running back. They're the running back division.
When you look at it, AFC North has 3, and the AFC West has 4. That means there's only one other team. And I mean, you could argue against the Steelers, but still, that's showing you that 2 divisions are right. And then the Ravens didn't make it, and that's because they just run the ball all the time.
Yeah. Ravens, Patriots, Jets.
Run.
Jets will be interesting because
Yeah, a lot of young players.
yeah, I mean they could be interesting.
Run. Congrats, Vegas Raiders.
Congrats, Vegas Raiders.
Square Elite Eight AFC.
Derek Carr due for a big season.
Derek Carr.
Oh man.
Derek Carter.
Yeah. Okay,
Derek
think about
Carr.
this. Think about this. Just think about this. We all think that Adams is gonna have a good season. You think Renfro gonna have a decent season. Waller is a top 3 or 4 tight end. The quarterback got to be halfway decent then. The quarterback suck.
Yeah, I mean if all three of those guys are catching, if Adams and Renfro are catching 100 balls each, and Waller is scoring all those touchdowns, like yeah, it's got to come from somewhere.
You got to go somewhere.
Derek Carter.
Derek Carter might be getting pushed up them boards.
I'm telling you, man, don't sleep on him. And nobody talk. I'm looking at fantasy stuff all the time. I see nothing about Derek Carr. Yeah, I don't see how he ain't getting talked about.
That is
he has weapons. I mean, he's in a division where, in a conference where if you don't score, you don't win.
Oh, he's just slinging it.
He's Uncle Rico there.
I mean, you playing the Chargers, you playing the Broncos with Russell Wilson now, you playing the Chiefs.
Oh,
You ain't going in there and running the ball and then you're gonna win. You gotta score some points.
the crazy thing is, it's not like this is a guy who, 3 or 4 years ago, JB knows all too well. He was playing at an MVP level until he got hurt. So it's not a guy who, it's not a Drew Lock.
Tell me, he got hurt in the Super Bowl. My first Super Bowl, he got hurt, and I ended up losing by like 4 or 5 points.
Yeah, so it's not as if it's just Drew Lock back there where he's so unproven that we don't know what he's going to be. This is a guy who's played at a high level with never has he ever had a weapon anywhere close to Devontae Adams, who's been his best weapon ever.
Waller.
Yeah, and Waller's not Adams. I mean, Waller's good.
I mean, he had a big year going into Hunter Renfro.
But who's his best wideout he's ever had?
Oh, he did have Cooper and Crabtree at one point.
And that was when he was dominant, right? That was when he was
the thing
is, we've seen it with
his best year, one year he had 32 touchdowns.
32 touchdowns.
32 touchdowns one year, but that's his best.
Okay.
He had 23 last year, 27 the year before that. He last year threw for 4,800 yards, close to one more game. But 17 game season.
Yeah.
His biggest yardage in a 16 game season was 4,100. So I mean, the dude has been in the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's his 9th year.
Yeah.
And he's getting probably his best receiver, and he has a great tight end and a good safety valve. He could blow up. He gonna have at least 30 touchdowns. I think he'll have at least 30.
Yeah. Well, there you go, millions. Another Elite Eight is successful. Congratulations, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
You're number one.
You're number one.
Can't be number two.
So real quick, Vegas Raiders, Los Angeles Rams. Who you got? Wide receiver core.
I'm going to take the Rams still.
Is that
because your boy Higbee?
Barely.
It got you boy because your boy Higbee.
Take Cup Adams.
Barely.
That's a ridiculous battle right there.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is.
I would take out, my boy Allen Robinson. I'm taking him over Renfro.
Oh, that is.
I'm taking Waller over Higbee.
Yeah.
So it might come down to good old Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
Versus who's the third
Marcus
guy?
Robinson.
Marcus Robinson, yes.
I think I'll take Van Jefferson. So I'm gonna go
The Rams.
The Rams.
So,
Oh, okay.
Who you got, JB?
Not telling y'all who I got.
Keeping that a
No, both are good. I mean, Cooper Kupp is a target monster. Allen looking for a bounce back season from Allen Robinson,
Me too.
Jefferson, and you got Higbee, a decent tight end. I give the slimmest of margins to the Rams. I mean the slimmest of margins.
Okay.
But Renfro is very much in the mold of Cooper Kupp of just being able to get open. That's a trait that
Crowder
guys have that, is overlooked because you can't really put a number on that ability. You know what I mean? You can't just say, well, this guy's a 4, whatever. And, some guys just have an ability to get open, and Renfro seems to have that ability, and Cooper Kupp has made it that kind of his career. And he finally, with Matthew Stafford, took it to another level because I think no telling how much those guys worked on that as far as just being able to seem in like whenever Stafford was in trouble, he pretty much knew, all right, I just got to look this way and he'll be there. He'll find a way to get open. He'll basically be playing backyard football.
That's it.
And Renfro seems to be that have that ability, and quarterbacks love those guys.
Yes, they do.
So I mean, Renfro might be able to turn into that because Cooper Kupp going into last season, he was fantasy wise, he was a top 20 guy. Robert Woods was
everybody had Woods over him.
Yeah, Woods was over him. So
everywhere, everybody taking Woods over Kupp.
I mean, if we're going into this season and you ask me that, if this was last year and it's Devontae Adams and Waller, we're saying Allen Robinson's their number one, right? Probably Allen Robinson's their number one, and Cooper Kupp is the Renfro guy, right? You probably would then you would probably be going on it's Cooper Kupp's ascension that makes us say the Rams because he finally really
his ascension. All right, Joey, get that hot take before Joey hot take. Let me give y'all a picture of the Hubble telescope. Every dot you see there is a galaxy.
Yeah,
think about it. Everything you see here is a galaxy like ours, every one, and this is just one spot.
Is there any aliens?
This is the Hubble. I don't know about aliens.
No guys waving.
I'm telling you, man, it's something out there. I don't know what it is, but it's out there.
Really, something out there.
Hopefully they were watching us live.
It's like this, hey.
Even though they said don't they say it's like if it's like millions of light years away. So actually
they'll see it 10 years. They see it 10 years.
10 years from now.
It could be. You don't really know.
That was a horrible hot take.
It's crazy. Some of these telescopes they are making, what they really do is look back into the past, because the light you see is light that has traveled so far that it was there 10 years ago. Yeah, some of them. Ridiculous. That's crazy, right? But anyway, Joey, what's up with that hot take, baby? How you did last week, Joey?
They're like, what is Joey's hot take? 10 years from now.
Joey, you gonna use that Vulcan mind technique on him?
Yeah.
Let's just say the hot take didn't go so well last week, even though I got 66% of it correct. I like to report, especially
what percent?
66.6.
That's still a loss.
You started off.
This is betting. This is not class. This is a bet. You don't get no credit. You get no credit.
You're right.
For 66% when it comes to making a bet.
You are right. I did start off well, Chris. I did start off well. The Spanish did cover. They ended up winning by, I believe, 33. But
and
then what happened? Then the Rays. It was the Rays, right?
Was he double watching? Hold on, I wasn't looking at my live feed. Was anybody that have any comments tonight? Let me see. Chat.
Kluber did not take care of business, and they went into Toronto and got beat. So Milwaukee won.
Then the Rays. It was the Rays.
Yes, Tampa at Toronto. LeBronto.
That was.
They got spanked.
Tampa started off good. They were like all sweet, and then all of a sudden, what? Right? Was that what happened?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but we are moving on because there are other bets that need to be placed, and I found a 5-legger.
5-legger.
Let me start with someone right now in the UK is licking his chops because he realizes that there is maybe a chance that he can be called possibly the greatest male tennis player of all time, since the greatest is now hurt and cannot compete. What a shame.
Torn abdomen.
And
sounds painful.
He finished that match with that torn. He was playing in that match with that torn abdomen and still pulled it out.
Emmitt Smith's 1994 playing against the Giants with one arm. Yeah, remember the NFC Championship game? Emmitt Smith, one arm, Joey?
One arm.
One arm. 200 yards. Total offense.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I know you do.
So Djokovic has got to be licking his chops to get this win. That's why I will be taking Djokovic on the money line tomorrow morning.
What do you got to pay for that one?
You really want to know what I'm paying?
It don't matter. Just give us that 5-legger, man. We know what's up.
I'm just saying, what just for.
It's probably a minus 500.
Oh, it's worse. It's minus 1,800.
Oh.
Okay, we gonna get you a guaranteed bet there. Go ahead, give us the rest.
Yeah,
that's nothing wrong with that. Get that guaranteed money.
That's not boosting the odds that much.
Hey, let's go to the NBA Summer League because the Knicks will be taking on Golden State. Maybe this is a possible finals preview for them.
Oh, yeah. This is where the odds get boosted right here.
Oh my God.
I will take the Knicks on the money line. Did I get that right?
Is Steph playing or Beverly's taking it from here? Sit. You can take a seat, Steph. I got it.
Give me the Knicks on the money line, and in that finals preview. Let's get a little baseball in.
Oh, Joey's working the rounds right here. He's taking a taste of everything.
Yes, I am, Chris. And we're
going to Golden Corral of sports here.
We're gonna go to Queens, New York tomorrow because Miami will be going into Queens to play. I believe pitching in Queens for the Metropolitans will be Chris Bassett. I will take the Mets on the money line.
The old Bassett hound.
Old Bassett hound.
The old Bassett hound.
On the money line, that Bassett hound.
Bassett hound on the money line.
Give me JB's Atlanta Braves on the money line tomorrow.
They playing the Nationals?
They are playing the Nationals.
And in Truist Park?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And old Charlie Morton's going.
Morton is
okay.
And lastly, give me St. Louis. Give me the Cardinals. Wainwright will be on the hill. All he needs to know is don't pitch to Schwarber, and things should work.
Cardinals money line.
Man, Joey, that's where your money is right there.
Is Wainwright one of your pitchers in fantasy baseball?
Wainwright is one of my pitchers.
He's double dipping here.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, dipping there, partner.
You're going against Zach Wheeler and his 2.6 ERA, Joey. That's where your money is right there.
Yes,
so we got Joey's hot take, the 5-leg parlay. We got the greatest tennis player of all time.
Second greatest, JB.
Well, wait, is Federer
the best manufacturer of Lacoste polos.
Federer is not playing tomorrow.
The Joker.
Oh,
on the money line. Is this to win Wimbledon or to win tomorrow's match?
This is to win tomorrow's match to go to the
final.
Go to the final, yes.
All right. NBA Summer League, dipping his toe there. We got the Knicks money line. Who knows on the Knicks team? But I do know the Golden State Warriors do have some of their young guys playing like Wiseman, Moody, Kuminga. So we'll see.
Not enough firepower.
And then we got 3 baseball games, all in the National League. We got the Mets money line, Braves money line, go Braves, Cardinals money line. All right. And hey.
According to FanDuel, plus 18.
Plus 1,800?
Plus 618.
Man,
oh, okay. That ain't bad.
That's not bad. Well, I mean, that's probably because what's the summer league odds? Yeah, that's a straight money line.
That's straight
it's probably a minus 110.
The odds, let's see, minus 170.
So they're favored.
170?
They're favored big time.
Favored.
Oh, okay. The Knicks favored for a change.
That's a preview of the championships, right, Joey?
Yes, they are.
Could be potential championship right there.
Oh, nice. Well, good. Speaking of baseball, I just want to just, once again, thank the Fantasy Baseball League for allowing me to be number 1 in the league for another week. And I'd like to thank Chris for allowing me to get revenge on my earlier season loss to him. Thank you, Chris.
I'm
and I'd like to thank Buttons for bringing up the rear. Appreciate you, Buttons.
Yes, he is.
Harper being out is killing me, and Perez. Those are my first 2 picks. Are
absolutely correct.
Man, that hurts, man.
It does.
I can't get out. I was injured all basketball. Now I'm freaking struggling. I'm like, man,
the spread, man. You got the bug, man.
I know. I gotta
the injury bug.
I gotta hold on enough to just get through, and I'm good.
Hold on. Just hold on, Chris.
Yeah, hold on, and I'm good.
Where you at in the standings right now, man? Where you looking? Let me see.
I think I'm floating around the 7-8 where I think I was.
Oh yeah, you still good. Long as you let's see the guys who see Rednecks. I mean, Rednecks gonna make it. He not even set his lineup, so
yeah. I mean, I should be all right. Baseball is, it's just a tough.
I like the fact that Rednecks is 8. He has not made a move the entire year. Diesel Nation is 10. He's made 1 move the entire year.
That's all that's it.
Big Red Machine has made 1 move the entire year. Chris has made 8 moves the entire year. Me, I have made 104 moves. Scared money don't make money. I don't care. Scared money don't make money.
That is correct.
When I find what a good money is, that's when I hold on to it.
Yeah.
I see. I was looking at Buttons today. Speaking of Buttons, I was having my phone because every time y'all make a move in fantasy, I get an alert. Don't know about y'all.
That's right.
But every time y'all make a move, I get an alert. I know what y'all doing at all times. All times.
Same here.
And so Buttons, 3 players he picked up were guys that I had on my team, and one guy in particular that I was trying to just hold on just for a little bit longer to pick him back up. Buttons scooped him up under my nose. Tyler Stevenson.
Oh man,
he was having a good year as a catcher. He'd been hurt for like about a month and a half. I mean, he was hot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is definitely in baseball is you'll get these guys who get on like a month run. If you can get them for that month and then just drop them,
Don't you have Donaldson, Chris? He had a grand slam tonight.
Yeah, Baez had a home run. I definitely get home runs. Like I hit some home runs. Harper, Buxton, I get guys who hit home runs. That's never an issue. My pitching is just weak. I don't have a good pitch.
So what's a quality start in baseball? What do you?
So I think it's you have to go either 5.
That was 6 innings, right?
I think might be 6 innings, maybe.
Yeah.
It considers a quality start.
Yeah, Garrett Cole went 6 innings, but I guess because he gave up 5 earned runs, he didn't get a quality start. You only got a win though.
Let me see. So I don't know why that would make it. I don't know if it's considered maybe you have to under a certain amount of innings or a certain amount of earned run, maybe.
I guess I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. So that was kind of, I found that kind of weird.
Let me see. Here you go. Oh yeah, 3 or fewer earned. So it's
for a
6
quality
innings,
start.
6
Okay.
innings and 3 or fewer earned.
I got you. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Well, because you had a ton. You had like 8 against me, and I had like 2. Because I'm like,
I against you for
You had a
some
ton of
reason
innings.
you had 4 guys going on the last day, and I only had 1 guy going, but I was only beating you by like 5 innings. And I picked up 2 more guys that day.
Well,
And
I
they ended up
actually
winning.
I sat one of them because I thought he was going to get rocked. So it was like, well, because there was like 3 categories that if I would have gotten rocked, I would have been horrible. Because I think we were close on balls. I think maybe strikes. Like there was a few that were right there, and I was like, so I actually sat a guy because I think I had 4 guys going in one day.
Right.
Now you won balls and strikeouts and home runs, but I won. I had 6 quality starts.
Yeah, you had. I think I had 2 maybe.
You had 3.
Oh,
I
got
had
one
6
on the last
saves. I went
You had
5 and 3, and you went 3 and 5.
Yeah. See, because I would have had to win all my games the last day, and you would have had to lose some. So, and I think I had someone going against a good squad, so I sat him. I think that day because I was nervous he was gonna, I mean, that's what I'm saying. My pitching is just suspect.
Sometimes mine is too, Chris.
I got McLaughlin, who's a beast. And he's right there with right now, he's probably favored to win the American League Cy Young. But that's it. That's the only guy. Darvish got rocked at either Sunday or Saturday.
Right.
He gave up a back-to-back home runs against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
like,
McLaughlin, he went 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 1 earned run.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, my pitching's just not great, so whatever.
Hold on.
We'll figure it out.
Just hold on.
That guy Gray gave me 12 innings, 15 strikeouts.
Yep.
Who did?
Josh Gray from the Texans. John Gray.
John Gray. He used to be on the Rockies and always get rocked because nobody wants to.
He was the third pick in the first round. 2013.
Get your money, please. Get your money.
Get your money. Next week's big week. I'm going to turn 50 years old next week, believe it or not. I guess you see the gray hair there. You probably you about 60 with the kids tell me, you're 60? And my daughter coming in town next week on the 13th. And we are, the crew here, CJ Square, will be in Nationals Park on the 15th to see the Braves play the Nationals. Check us out. Gonna be some flicks, some pictures. Joey look tired, man. You all right? Oh my goodness. I don't have anything else for tonight, man. I already showed my galaxies. Talk about next week. Chris, what you got? What's going on with you, man? Last week you told about the Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yeah, I'm on some other no, I don't know if any albums you guys actually any of the ones that you listen to. Aerosmith, any of those you listen to? No. ABBA.
I'll be honest with you, no.
Dancing.
So what, Joey?
Did you say ABBA, Chris?
ABBA.
Oh, I'm on some dancing, Queen. You better believe that.
Yeah. Who else I got? Air Supply.
I know they are. I know that's the oxygen I breathe.
They got that one song that's like huge. It's called like All Out of Love.
I'm all out of love.
Yeah. I'm so lost.
I know that song. I know the song.
Yeah.
It's always in
like
comedies.
movies and stuff.
It's always in the rom-coms.
Yeah, always. That's them.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know
it's-
it. I know Air Supply. I know the song.
Yeah, I mean it's
And you know,
it's
there's
basically- that's what they're
a
like.
scene was cut from the Thor movie where he was singing the ABBA song.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
they
actually
cut
like
they cut
that.
it though.
I actually like the ABBA stuff. So, but I'm a pop guy. So, I mean, I listen to obviously a lot of different types of music, but I've had given because I kind of rank them A through F. F would be like meaning like I can't even barely get through it. And I've one band that was on here. They're called A Certain Ratio. And I gave them, so I listened to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 albums, and 3 of them I gave D's. So I was struggling with them, but I like to see if I can find anything good, like the one I brought to you last week. I mean, I heard Tribe Called Quest years ago, but I think when you really sit down and try to start listening to albums and break it down, it's
Check
different.
the rhyme, y'all.
So let me see what I gave. I gave Low End Theory a B, Marauders a B, People's Instinctive a C, Beats Rhymes and Life a C plus. So that was their breakdown. But I haven't heard you said their newest one's not as good. I haven't heard that one. So
The last album they had, the last one they had.
The one with Fife died.
yeah, was Fife
Oh,
even
what?
on? Fife is I don't even think is he even on it?
I think he is. I think he passed away as maybe when most of the album was finished.
Okay. Yeah, so I probably won't be listening to that one then. Also, I listened to A Flock of Seagulls. You know that one?
I know what a flock of seagulls looks like.
Remember the Flock of Seagulls song on everyone always talked about? What was the game you guys used to play, Joey? The Grand Theft Auto. Did you ever play that, JB?
I played it once or twice, man. New
but-
Rock Stars, I believe. That's not is it no. Who makes those?
Rockstar
Who
does.
makes New Rock Stars?
Rockstar does. Yes. What's that song, Chris?
A Flock of Seagulls.
What's
It's called I Ran So Far Away.
Okay. By the way, ABBA, I like the. I also like "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme."
Oh yeah. Hold on.
How
let me
that
play
song
that.
go? I think I heard it before.
Listen. Hold on. That. You know it, JB?
Oh, that's like every movie too. Look at
Yeah.
that song every movie.
That's and I run so far away or whatever that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Who's singing that song? Fucking Seagulls.
That's A Flock of Seagulls, yeah. That's pretty much what that all sounds
Hold
like.
on, I got it right here.
And I run.
Yeah. That's a pretty sweet song, actually. That's the best song on the album, though. Yeah, that's all you got to really listen to. If you like that one, the rest of them are just like that, but not as good, basically. But that one's their famous song.
And I run you way. That's a crucial
I
song.
heard that song on so many. That beat is on like a whole bunch. I think that song's on Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I mean, it came out in the 80s. Came out in the 80s.
So what?
Should
What,
yeah.
Joey?
I think you may have heard it on there. Definitely.
And I listened to Aha, you know them.
Oh yes. Take on Me.
JB, Take on Me. Aha, you know that for sure, 100%.
Yes, you do,
I
Jay.
probably knew about. I probably have heard it.
Oh, that's a huge one. It's bigger than that one.
Yes, it is.
It's like it's like at white guy weddings and stuff.
Oh yes.
I'll be going to too many white guy weddings.
Well, if you do, you've heard that. Yeah, you got to hear that one.
What's the name of it?
Take on Me.
Take on Me. I think I've heard it.
I'm almost confident and I'm more confident in that than in the Joker winning tomorrow. minus 1900 on JB here has heard take on me. It's the chorus, you'll know.
Yes, you definitely will, JB.
Take on.
That's not the real one, JB.
Oh man, this is.
You know that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This is another like all the teenage comedies back in the day that I was growing up.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes.
They had all their songs with all of them.
Yeah. That's a huge hit right there.
Yeah, that's another one of those songs you hear in all those on them funny movies back in the day.
Yeah, that's another one. So that was on my list. Aha is the band. They're from Sweden originally.
Sweden.
Okay.
Yeah, so see, you have heard a lot of the stuff I'm listening to.
I have. I mean, I've heard the songs when they are in like a movie or something.
Yeah.
Not listening to them like on the radio, no. But I've heard those songs I heard when I probably heard them in a movie.
The songs I'm naming are so large that the song itself is larger than probably the band is.
Than the band, I got you.
Yeah, so you're not.
I heard that song plenty of times. Take on me. Take on me. Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, I've heard that so many times in movies.
That's what I said. See, I would have locked that bet in. I knew that was coming. I knew that you heard that one. Well, I'll try to work through some stuff to give you guys next week so that because I got some other ones on here that aren't as big. Bryan Adams, you know Bryan Adams? What was the song, Joey, by him that was in Robin Hood?
JB.
Everything I do for you.
Anything I do.
That song was massive.
See, man, it's got like one song. Hold on. Is this a song called Heaven?
No, that's Robin. That's with a Y. Hold on. No. You're taking what did I say? Bryan Adams? Maybe he did have a song called that. It's called.
What's the name of his song? Bryan Adams. What's the name of the song?
Everything I do it for you.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the title.
Yeah, I heard that song before. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, everything I do for you.
Yeah, of course I've heard this song.
That one was massive.
From Robin Hood, yeah.
It was in Robin Hood. That song was huge.
Loxley.
Oh, that's it right there.
This song has also been in plenty of comedy movies.
Everything I'm showing you.
I'm telling you, it's all those comedies like where they be at the dance party or saying something bad happened. Yeah, I heard this song plenty of times.
If it's in a movie,
everything I do. Yeah, I heard it in a movie before. Yes, I've heard it.
I think it went on to sell. Look, it went on to sell more than 15 million copies, making it the most, one of the biggest selling singles of all time. So yeah, you definitely have heard that one. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working through some songs and that play in movies a lot.
Joey's sending me text messages, and usually he can't get a text message and read it within a 20-minute period. It takes him like 5-10 hours to respond, or maybe a day or two.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, me and Kate were just talking about it today, Joey. Kate's like, he's a better boxer.
I'm a much better boxer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Boxer, Texas, you're not good at responding. You're just not.
You know, Brian's worse than Joey.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's worse than you. Jeez.
Oh, he's horrible.
That's why we can't let Brian. Brian, I'm sorry, bro. when the movies come up again, you can't be in charge, man. You get one chance to mess up stuff like that. You only get one. After that, the reins get taken. Put it in more capable hands, man. All right. Anyway, episode 58 down the drain. Next week, 59. What can I say? Hopefully, when we see the results from the Webb telescope, we'll see everybody else in different universes waving at us back.
They got like a little sign and just like
giving us a little sign saying CJ squared, you're our favorite.
Oh,
all right. So that's it. I'm out. Joey.
Oh, that's the Spidey one. Take on me.
Peace.
Watch it, JP.
I forgot the Spidey take on me.
Hey, I'll be texting you, Chris, to find out if you're good for next Tuesday.
All right.
And maybe Joey will see it and think about it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go see Jazzy comes in on Wednesday. Hi, Jazzy. You know, you're not watching, but that's okay. Jazzy should be coming in next Wednesday, and I'm gonna try to go see Thor: Love and Thunder that night. Because the rest of the week will be a 50-year-old man celebrating by going to Braves games.
You go
Locked it in.
All right, trying to get that one solo bobblehead on Saturday too. So,
oh man,
it'll be a fun week. All right, guys, y'all have a good evening.
All right, guys.
Talk to y'all soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, $28 y'all owe me. Cash at me.